Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this short video, I'm going to show you how to get more energy using some basic science. My name is Scott Resnick and I'm making these videos because I believe that you are the best steward of your own health care. And in my YouTube channel, I'm going to ensure that you have all the tips, tricks, techniques, and access to the thinking that I have used in more than a decade of working with my functional medicine patients. I believe there's a future of medicine that moves us away from drugs that only cover up symptoms and one to a state of true health. And foundational to this is understanding how our body manages energy. So by the end of this short video, you will understand the 3 important hormones that need to be considered collectively to get yourself moving forward to a state of energy, clarity, and focus. Many of you have gone to your primary care doctors complaining of not feeling well. Maybe it's putting on some extra weight. Maybe it's foggy thinking or not having the energy to do the activities that you want to do. And if you're fortunate, your doctor may have looked at one of these hormones, like maybe they made an assessment of your risk of prediabetes, or maybe they made a measurement of your thyroid hormone. But I want to show you why, to really understand what's going on with your body, you need to be thinking about 3 hormones collectively, and I refer to these as our energetic system. The 3 hormones are insulin, cortisol, and thyroid hormone. And I don't care whether you're a bacterium or a bear or a human, we all have processes in place to ensure that we're able to extract energy out of our environment and then to either use it in the here and now to keep our body alive or put some away for a rainy day. I mean, think about it. There was a time when we didn't have access to 24-hour supermarkets and 24-hour McDonald's. Our life on this planet was characterized more by periods of feast and famine, and these 3 hormones work collectively to keep us alive. So let's explore why this works. To start with, we have thyroid hormone, and thyroid is effectively the thermostat of our body. When we're under significant stress, under a state of starvation, under a state of inflammation or infection, we move to a state of hypothyroidism. And this all makes sense. I mean, if your tribe didn't successfully grow a corn crop or kill an elk in the previous fall, you might be looking at a long winter. It makes sense, just like the bear who's hibernating, to conduct our life at a hypothyroid state. Yes, the human body can survive at 35 degrees centigrade, but we feel much better at 37 degrees centigrade. Every cell in our body has a thyroid receptor, and basically a low state of thyroid hormone suppresses our metabolism, thereby conserving energy. Sure, you're going to have dry hair, constipation, dry skin, foggy thinking, but being in a hypothyroid state, in terms of our life out in nature, would be sure to keep us alive for a longer period of time. The next 2 hormones we need to be considering are insulin and cortisol. And think of these basically as being on either end of a teeter-totter. Insulin is an anabolic hormone. This means that it builds tissue. So when we eat, our body releases insulin, and what this does is it directs the glucose from our food first into a molecule known as glycogen, which is stored in our liver and stored in our muscles. However, when those tissues are filled with glycogen, then the insulin directs our body to convert this extra energy into fat to be stored for a rainy day. This is opposed by the hormone cortisol. And while many of us think about cortisol as a stress hormone, it needs to be thought of primarily as a stress from starvation hormone. Yes, we have attacks from a saber-toothed tiger, we have crappy traffic jams, and we have fights with our boss. But when it comes to human survival, cortisol is really there to help to keep the brain and the heart and the lungs and the muscles working. Cortisol is a catabolic hormone in opposition to insulin's anabolic effects. And what this basically means is it melts down our tissues. Secretion of cortisol in a period of starvation first removes the glycogen from our liver and our muscles. It also harvests energy from our fat, but when all that is gone, it begins to break down our tissues and our bones to liberate the amino acids, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay alive. So ideally, insulin and cortisol are in opposition to one another. They shouldn't be secreted at the same time. But our modern life with unending calories and unending stresses basically pulls us out of the natural rules and exposes us to a situation where our body is faced with both high insulin and cortisol together. And I'll be making a video to explain why this is so deleterious to our overall health. So to get a handle on what you need to do to really get better, we need to be thinking about these three hormones concurrently, because they're all associated with the way that our body either, one, drives our metabolism, or two, stores and then utilizes the energy that comes into our body from the environment. To first get an idea of how we should be measuring and managing thyroid hormone, I'll direct you to this video here that I made earlier that shows the best way to measure and manage thyroid hormone. Over time, I'll be making more videos to give you all the tools that you need to best understand your body and to become the best steward of your own health. And of course, I will see you in an upcoming video. Be well.